Alrighty guys, what is going up? I hope you guys are all having a great and an amazing day today. Now in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Beyond Meat stock. Beyond Meat is honestly, the stock's going nuts. You guys liked the Tesla one I did, so I thought I might as well do one on Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat, for those of you that don't know what it is, Beyond Meat is like a plant-based burger that they sell at restaurants, at stores, pretty much everywhere. So this stock really got a ton of volume and is killing it. It's up over like 70% in the past couple of weeks. I held it for kind of, over a year now and killing it in returns. But we're going to be going ahead looking at the charts here on my computer. So two things. Right now, the first thing I need to talk to you guys about. First thing, AirPods giveaway, how you enter. We have to get a video to 100 likes. Once we get the video to 100 likes, I'll pick all the likes from that video, put it in a random name generator, and then do the giveaway on my Instagram. So go ahead, like the video. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is if you guys want to get a free stock just by signing up with Moomoo, there's going to be a link down below, and that's going to be the software that I'm using. It's great software, and we're going to be talking about it too on the channel. So we'll see you on the computer here. Alrighty guys, so we are up and loaded here on the Moomoo trading platform. Alright, so we do have Beyond Meat, or ticker symbol BYND. So looking at like the analysis here, you guys can see the 52-week low is $45 flat. Now this is when they released their IPO. Pretty much right after their IPO, they got a ton of volume and squeezed almost up to $240 in literally like a month. It was a crazy time, but definitely some crazy gains with the stock. So now looking at some of the other ones, the historical high is $239, like we were talking about all the way up here. The historical low is 45, 52-week low is 45, because this is a recent IPO all the way back in, what was this? This was last year in January, February, March, April, May. I believe it might have been May, around May. So as you guys can see, we just got a ton of volume squeezed all the way up to $240 almost. It has 13.2 million shares traded. That's the volume on this. Now there is no dividend for the stock. In my opinion, I think it's really common for a stock to not offer a dividend, especially just when they release their IPO the same year. Not likely. So a lot of people do ask, will Beyond Meat ever offer a dividend? Well, maybe in the future. It's hard to say right now. So looking down in the news, this is what we want to know. Mostly partnering with like a ton of places. You guys can see it partnered with Starbucks. I already know it partnered with Dunkin' Donuts. I know it partnered with a lot of like chain restaurants. They have a lot of things in the works. So everybody's going this plant-based diet, and Beyond Meat's definitely killing it with it. So what are some support and resistance lines? Well, looking at this chart here, we're going to go ahead and draw some out. So you guys can see some nice support here at roughly $72. You guys can see it pretty much hit it here twice. So what that means is it bounces once, comes in contact with it again, bounces, 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 bounces. So this is one of the strongest supports here on the chart. What are some resistance lines? Resistance lines up at 172. We can draw them out if you guys want to. Might make it a little easier here. Some resistance there. Some more resistance right here. Well, this is some support, but old support turns into new resistance, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So what does that mean? Old support turns into new resistance. So looking at this chart here, comes in contact, now boom, it bounces. Support, not yet. Boom, support. Once we get this breakthrough, this would have been one of the best times to actually short the stock, would have been the breakthrough of the support. Just because it can easily fall all the way back down to, in my opinion, it could have probably fell even lower than it did. But once it falls, this pretty much means that when this stock comes in contact with it again, it turns into resistance. So just the other day, came in contact with it, sold off. Came in contact with it, sold off. Now this is just old support turning into new resistance. So now once we get a break of that, really the next strong resistance we have is at 162 and then some at 172. So there's definitely some room to make some cash. definitely some room to make some cash on this stock. But, you know, where do I see this stock going? It's, you know, it's hard to it's really hard to say. You know, I think we could definitely see this stock breaking above like 260. But other than that, you know, it's really hard to say. They would need to partner with a lot of places. They're still a newer company, so they're not reliable yet. They're not reliable. So looking at some of the, you know, the capital here, you guys can see, you know, the capital distribution, where they put their money. We can go to the financials and look at the income statement. This is one of the main reasons why I love Moomoo, is just because how easy they make it. So the total revenue for this quarter here, quarter three, is $91 million here. So definitely killing it. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. So you guys can see the operating revenue is $102 million. The cost of revenue is 59.1. So really what this means is they spent $59 million to make really 91.6 million, because that's the total revenue, not the operating. You don't want that. All right, so now moving down here, you guys can see some of their some of their financials. If you guys like to look at this stuff, I like to look at it when I'm, you know, about to buy a position, definitely for long term, not so much like day trades. I like to know where they put their money, and I think this is a cool little feature that Moomoo has. Another thing that I like here is the shareholders equity. Let's get rid of this. So you guys can see the other investors make up 58%, institutions make up 35%, funds 5%. I think we could definitely get institutions more. I think more institutions should buy it, but we'll see about it here in the future. The executives own 8%. So the total, you know, shares held is 61.52 million. You guys can see all the research institutions right there. So really that's like some of the basic financials with the company here. But is it a good time to buy right now? In my opinion, looking at like the RSI, which is like the relative strength indicator. So what that means is this tells whether the stock is overvalued or not. So just giving you guys an example, as you guys see, it breaks above 80. Look over in this little left-hand corner here. Every time it breaks above it, we get a sell-off. So it breaks above it, we get sell-off. Comes all the way up here, we get some sell-off. Breaks all the way above here again, sell-off. Slowly, we had some consolidation in here. Breaks it above here, some more consolidation, a little sell-off. Breaks all the way above here, and what do we get? What do we get, guys? Massive sell-off. Comes in contact with it again, sell-off, sell-off. So that's why I like to use the RSI, especially for swing tradings. I think the RSI is definitely one of the most important features for swing trading, or looking at charts in general, is just getting a deal or an overall feel of where the stock is going and where it could be. So right now it's on what is this? 65. So it is a little on the overvalued side. But we could see this stock maybe long-term potential. Definitely by the end of 2020, it'd be nice to see it pushing, you know, above 172, 160. Just because once we get a break of this, there's really not too much resistance in sight. Maybe one or two resistance lines in sight. So does this stock use any of the moving average lines as support? It's hard to say just because this is a newer IPO. So it's really kind of hard to say just because you see this blue line right here. So this is the 90-day moving average line. And it really didn't have any effect on the stock here, here, or even here. You guys, some people might say that helped push it up a little more, but it's really hard to say. So what are their earnings like? So as you guys can see, they beat their earnings report lately, and that's pretty much one of the main reasons as well. We got more buying pressure. So you guys can see some expected losses. We had some sell-off. And that's pretty much why we have these huge volume spikes, is because this is the highly traded stock. So a lot of people look at it, and a lot of people look at these earnings report. So if you could have the perfect buy-in opportunity, I would say in the $70 mark, if we could just get some sell-off and this stock just turns sideways and just, you know, goes from here all the way to here, I think in the 170 mark would be a good hold, especially long-term potential with this. But, you know, it would be nice, obviously, if you guys are looking at it like long-term, if they offered a dividend. But looking at the bid and the ask, so the bid is the buyers, the ask is the sellers. So you guys can see there's a lot more people selling this stock right now than there are buying. Roughly 88% of people are selling and 11% of people are buying. Just to put things in perspective, so you guys understand a lot more people are going to sell this stock than buy it right now. So pretty much that is the overall, breakdown of Beyond Meat. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, leave them in the comments down below. That is it though. You know what I mean? If you guys have any questions, it would be awesome for you guys to go ahead and leave them down below. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive. Don't forget, if you guys sign up with Moomoo, Moomoo is great, honestly. They're a great company. You guys can get a free stock just by signing up. And then when you guys invite anyone else, you guys get more stock and more stock. And before you know it, you have an entire portfolio filled with, great stocks. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And if you did, drop a subscribe down below. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.